What's up, you bastards? Welcome back to It's Tough, the Magnum True Child podcast. Today on It's Tough, I want to talk about trusting the process. You know, I've wanted to make this podcast, or I've had the idea of making this podcast for a while, but now I think it's time. I think I've came to a point of clarity where I truly can talk about it from a rational and reasonable experience point of view. You know, I feel like a big thing in our lives is we get fucked up by the situation. A situation occurs, a moment in time occurs, and it makes us think that the process isn't working, that this isn't working, or that isn't working. But you have to understand in the context of the grand scheme of things, the situation's unimportant. You know, it's simply just a minor inconvenience, an obstacle. You know, what, Blanco? Just go back to bed, bro. It's okay. It's alright. There's a guy on YouTube. What, do you want to talk? It's okay. It's alright. Oh, big baby. Oh, big baby. Alright. Can I resume? Thank you. Oh. Alright, let's try this. There's a guy on YouTube. His name's Ryan Holiday. He's like, he's a stoic kind of dude. And he says how the obstacles are the path. And that's finally really, like, resonated with me. Like, in your life, like, you go through obstacles, you deal with hardship. But that actually is the path that makes you the person that you're supposed to become, or the best person that you can become. You know, avoiding those obstacles, not feeling like they are keeping you down is the wrong idea. The idea should be that they are who creates you, who makes you into, you know, who you want to become, who you should become, you know, make you into a better, you know, person. And, you know, I've been trying to take a break from social media. I've never been a big social media guy, but that's the toxicity of social media. Social media, you just see everyone else's good moment, you know. And this is kind of a true statement, or to me this is kind of obvious. But everyone else, they put on this perfect life. But it's just a moment. It's just them showing you a moment. Look in their entire fucking life. Their entire life probably sucks. Their entire life is shit. You know, I'll admit, I downloaded TikTok because I just have an incessant need to take videos of this dog. And I posted a few. I didn't follow anybody or anything like that, but they have the, like, For You page. And the shit was fucking with my head, because everybody on there looks like they're having a great time. Looks so amazing. And, like, if you feel like shit and you're watching that, you just feel like more shit. You know, it doesn't make you feel better watching other people have a great life and when your life is shitty. But then I had to realize, I'm like, first, get rid of this shit, which I did, because it's toxic. I don't need that idiocy in my life. But on top of that, it's bullshit. Because even I thought about with these podcasts, like, there have been a few where I look happy, or I'm this, or I'm that, and I'm like, but I wasn't happy when I made that video. You know, I didn't feel good. I felt like shit. How was I able to play it? And it's not a play, it's just in this moment, I feel good. But once I get off, I don't feel good. Now, that's not going to happen now, or, you know, it doesn't happen every time, but just, that's an example. You know, you are not always in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, the good moments does not define your entire fucking life, in a good way and in a bad way. So when you have a bad fucking moment, who gives a shit? You got to trust the process. You got to keep pushing, because that moment will pass. You know, time does go on, and that's what I've been coming to realize too. You know, I'm young, so I don't, like, my patience isn't quite there. But I've had to realize, and, like, this dog kind of gives me some perspective. It's cool because he's growing at, like, a big boy rate, you know? So he's going to start seeing his potential here soon. But what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? It's okay. Alright, you're just going to lay like that, and I'm going to keep my legs together. This is extremely straining on my quads, just so you know, or my, like, fucking legs. Puppy on. Alright, Is this going to be a decent podcast? I have no idea because this dog just went crazy. But I have to trust the process. I came into this podcast not really feeling it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. So if this just ends up being a puppy podcast, it's totally fine. You know, everything has its merit. You need to learn from everything you do. And that's the idea. You know, you want to grow from every situation. You want every input into your life to have some sort of like beneficial growing point. Fuck it. You want to just talk about him? Do we just want to talk about you, Blanco? Maybe I'll try to entrust the process another time. I think it's just time for Blanco. But I can tie it in a little bit with Blanco. You know, I was chilling with my boy Jacob last night. And I was talking, like, fuck, like, I relate with this dog so much. I don't know why, you know, because he's a dog. Like, I don't want to say, oh, he's loyal, he's this, he's that. Those are, like, obvious character traits of this dog. What I think I relate with him so much on, and, you know, this is not gloatful or nothing, but it's potential. Like, when I look at this dog, like, all I see is untapped potential. And every day he realizes a little bit of that potential. You know, every day he grows. Every day he gets bigger. Every day he gets smarter. Every day he gets stronger. And it's amazing. It's fulfilling to watch. You know, I feel that with myself. Like, damn, right now I feel like shit. I feel like my potential isn't really there. What are you doing, big guy? It's okay. Just chill. Just chill. Uh-oh. Here comes the nibbler. Anyways, so I'm watching him grow. I'm watching him get better. I'm like, I just have to trust that process for myself. Because I know at the end of the day, like, he going to be a big, bad, motherfucking good dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be a good boy. He's probably going to listen. But also, like, it has to do with my parenting. Like, I have to parent him properly. And I have to, like, guide him along the right path. But me doing what I'm doing now, and him doing what he's doing now, except for this fucking biting, he's going to end up being a good dog. Blanco! He's going to end up being a good dog. And that's like the idea you have to have with yourself. Like, you're just this dog. You're destined to grow up and be better. Now, if you just make sure to kind of do the right things, like if this fucker starts eating rocks, he ain't going to be as good of a dog as he can be. But we're going to try to keep him from eating rocks. Hopefully he doesn't start craving eating rocks, you know? My other dogs sometimes ate rocks, and they didn't end up being the best dogs that they could be. But that's okay. We all have our faults. But this guy, you know, this guy I have a good feeling about. And that's how you have to think about yourself. You know, like, I got a good feeling about myself. I just have to keep grinding. Because right now it may be tough. Right now maybe, you know, like right now he's a little bit of a bastard when it comes to biting. But this is just a phase. In my life, I'm going through a few phases. But it's all going to equal growth. You know, he's eventually going to learn that he can't bite because he's going to fuck himself up a few times. He's going to learn from it. Huh, Blanco? So I don't know. This is a disjointed, broken podcast. But I think it might as well just be a fucking Blanco podcast. It's like, look at this guy. I'm just going to name it fucking Blanco. The only reason I do fucking in all the titles now is because YouTube picks them up. So, fuck it, you know? Why not? I wonder if fucking Blanco would get picked up. Fucking Blanco? Crazy ass dog. He's a monster, though. The other reason I keep doing these, and like I wanted to do one today, is like, look how much this motherfucker's grown. Like, he was like baby, and now he's like big baby. Big baby. He's like 25 pounds. He's gained 10% in a week of size. He's a monster. He's going to be a good big monster. Huh, big baby. He's pretty sweet, except when he nibbles. He's got a lot of energy. Hey, if anyone has a puppy out there that wants to play with this guy, hit me up, man, because he needs some friends. My dogs don't want nothing to do with him, my other dogs, because they are unsocialized bastard dogs. See, that's not what I want him to become too. I want him to be a good boy. Hey! Alright, if I don't start playing with this guy in about 12 seconds, he's going to rip me to shreds. So, thanks, guys.